So then, we are back with more understandings from the Renewed Covenant, from the Aramaic English translation of the Word. This translation is from the original manuscripts of the Hebrews of old, from the time of Israel, from the prophets of Israel, prophets of Yahweh, giving us then the understandings of the time of the end, secularly and also divinely. And then we understand also the great mighty hand of Yahweh, taking care of the nations and finding a country where they can be relied upon. We have then the proper understanding of China, coming as then the leader of the trade of the world, and also the nations doing trade with China. And it's very important understanding the simplicity of this new system, because not only a person can do, but countries and nations will do trade with China. That's why manufacturing in terms of regular products, there is no way of going against them. The system is already implemented in many areas of their own country, and they are simply waiting for the proper time. And there is no way around it, because they have the cheapest products available, very inexpensive. So the best then for our country is maintaining our government as it is, because we are on schedule, on time. Since we don't have enough economy and enough manufacturing to back up our foreign policies, makes no sense. We are going only to injure ourselves further if we decide then to institute our foreign policies. Doesn't make any more sense. That's why then the previous plan is absolutely perfect. We simply retrieve very wisely, and we encourage then the Chinese to take over the patrols over the Mideast. We release ourselves from a huge burden, and then when the system comes out, then we wouldn't be the first of being part of. Because the situation is not the trades themselves, is what we have available as natural resources, then we can trade with without spending. We have a great deal of crude, natural gas, and also some high technological equipment and market for those. Is the facility of doing the direct trade and then receiving from what we have without spending much. That's why the nations are going to be doing trade with her or with the China. It's because of the easy understanding of the trade, the language, the actions, the transactions are so simple, but very productive. The nations, they won't be able to resist. Not in 1,000 years. That's why then wars, they make no sense, because each person with a personal computer can be part of it. If there is a war going on around, they're going to be flushed out of the system. Oh, come on, don't generate any war. Let's do trade. Come on, shut up. Go online. And then each country with its particulars, they have their particular culture, particular language, particular way of living. Then they can get the products that they want the most because they have a particular culture. Thus, the nations at the end would be individuals, individual countries doing their own. Precisely as then the prophet Daniel spoke. So then it is absolutely imperative for our country to maintain this government as it is. Because we don't have manufacturing anymore in a level and quantity to come up with our own system. We can't back it up. So do you think then the candidate would come up with a system higher than the Chinese? No. He won't. So the true best for us is then retrieve. Not because we are cowards, because we are smart. We let those troublesome areas be under another country only doing patrols. They're not going to invade any land. Because invasion of any kind, of any sort, would be detrimental to their system. And then we retrieve, wisely we retrieve. And then, since the United Nations is in our country, we encourage the other countries to become very acquainted and very responsible regarding United Nations. Isn't that Yahweh amazing? Couldn't be any higher plan. This is perfect. And the Chinese, with their tough diplomatic peace, try to understand, tough diplomatic peace. Because each country in peace, they are able to get computers, they are able to get cables, they are able to get their homes, and whatsoever they have of natural resources can be exchanged, thus promoting peace. So do you think the situation with Israel over there in Iran, that's junk? It's absolutely junk. Junk of the highest level. You know what they are? Retarded. They don't understand the plan of Yahweh. And then the Iranians going on over there, 100% inflation. It is awful. There was a gentleman over there during the time of an interview. Oh boy, you go to the supermarket one day and then the next day the price is another. Of course, 100% inflation. But wait until they get a computer. And very friendly use system, boy, they're going to have fun with it. Because the number of quantities of thousands and upon thousands of products a person can have a few cents yet invest. They have this number already figured, and they know it works. So don't be concerned and try to understand the system. Only use it for what it is. There is a whole lot more to be done. Nations to be rebuilt, people to be linked up in the internet, places in Africa, places in the Middle East torn down. Those are the most important. At the moment the system works, so invest and do trade. Then learning becomes fun. What do you think is going to be the most important knowledge of the future? Trade. Computer science and trade. Please stay tuned, much more coming up.